All right. Time to look up, motherfucker.
All right. It's also time to turn off these fucking...
Turn off that bullshit.
Turn off those notifications because right now I'm being bothered by a lot of people that, unfortunately, I could give two fucks about talking to. So, with that being said, on this wonderful Sunday morning...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
Wonderful Sunday morning.
Yeah, it's cold. It's rainy.
Yep.
Perfect. At least it's not like it was yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Because yesterday was
Yeah.
freezing fucking
Yeah,
cold.
yeah, it was cold. I think AF is like a new method. It's not Fahrenheit, it's not Celsius. What is it? It's AF, right? Anyhow.
Let's start the fucking
Let's start the show.
What is going on, Haunt Nation? I'm Ant.
See?
And we are back from... We were going to do this last night, but it was literally freezing
Yeah.
out last night, and I was just not fucking having it.
No.
So we are back from 13th Hour Haunt in Wharton, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Had a good time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this is going to be the review.
Yeah.
The review. So
great.
today is Sunday. Today is their last night.
Mm-hmm. Blackout
most
night.
most likely going to get this video up before the night is over. So if you see it today, they are still open. Other than that, I think this is the last night of the season.
Yeah.
Basically,
and it's blackout night too. So if you really want to see set pieces, you want to see,
Well, I don't. You know what? I don't know. We've done the blackout at Penhurst, which was
a fucking nightmare.
Terrible.
Yeah, it was fucking terrible.
But what did they give us at Penhurst? They gave us like a glow necklace.
They gave one motherfucker in the group a glow necklace,
and our group didn't get one. If you remember, we're like,
oh yeah,
they're
like what glow necklace? Yeah,
right.
yeah. But anyhow, that was Penhurst.
So
different story.
So supposedly they're giving out
we can't really pass judgment.
A candle,
yeah.
Which is not going to be a real fire candle.
Right.
They wouldn't do that.
Right.
Steve is way too responsible.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Steve. Hi, Michaela. So yeah, we actually saw both of them last night.
Yep.
So let's start from the beginning. Parking is always free,
which is major plus.
Huge lot. It's the busiest I've ever seen it there, but we normally don't go on Halloween, so it is expected that it'd be that busy on Halloween. Yeah.
Yeah. We also didn't expect it to be as fucking cold as it was on Halloween.
No.
Anyhow, start from the basics. Ticket prices are always reasonable.
Let's start from the real basics. I'm smoking a CAO MX2.
And I got a San Lantano small batch because AJ Fernandez is consistent.
Oh, so is CAO, honestly.
That's right.
So, now that that's out of the way. So yeah, it was literally freezing.
Yeah.
So, one of my knocks, right, when we got there...
it didn't really matter that you bought your tickets online or not.
Yeah.
You still had to stand.
So we were going straight up the aisle to go to the actual line. Met one of the employees.
And he's like,
he asked if we checked in. I was like, well, what do you mean? I got online tickets.
He's like, nope, you need a paper ticket.
Yep, need a physical ticket.
All right.
So now there were 2 ticket booths open, and we were on that line for a good 15...
20 minutes.
20 minutes?
Yeah.
To get our tickets to get in, even though we already had tickets. So my suggestion would be, if we ever are going to do that again as a haunt, you should have one line, one ticket booth for online ticket holders,
and then
the other one for, purchasing at the gate, so to speak.
Right.
Where I guess you could...
At the gates were also pretty consistent until they fucked up and became the haunted. Anyhow.
So
but no, you're right.
So yeah.
You're right. Because it was kind of a clusterfuck just putting everybody... go in either line, whatever line you want.
And it was somewhat upsetting to me because we purposely had our 8:30 tickets.
Right.
I bought an 8:30 time slot ticket thinking that we were going to be in an 8:30 queue. And when we got there, ticket times mattered fuck all.
Right.
So a bit upsetting on that note as well. Why make me buy a time-specific ticket
if it doesn't really
mean shit?
Right.
If it was after 8:30 by the time we got off the line, to get off the line of the paper ticket line, we made it a point to get there as close to 8 o'clock as possible, so we'd be a little early. We could get in line to our queue, what have you. So that said, there was only one line for no matter what time you bought your ticket.
Right.
And we got on that line.
Yep.
So there were social distancing signs around, and
Right.
there was stuff on the website about social distancing.
Yep.
But
The fuckers behind me almost got throat punched because I got bumped into online 2 or 3 times, and it's
Bumped
like
into.
motherfuckers
physically
bumped into. Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, some people, they think that's
If this is
6 feet.
Yeah.
So
well,
that's-
just
that's
like a
how
lot
you-
of guys try and say that this is 8 inches to their woman. That's why women are so bad at math these
That's
days.
where I was going.
Yeah.
Like, apparently this is 6 feet, so you got 6 inches.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't understand that. There was no real line policing, but I'm not going to blame the haunt necessarily for that. People just have no fucking
No respect.
no common sense and
Yeah.
no respect. That's a people issue.
Right.
Also,
Also, we had tons of nose ranges,
right.
mask munchers,
Mask munchers,
chin strappers.
and I don't give a fucks.
Yeah.
The one dude
Yeah.
on the fucking phone, he had his shit just ear ringing, and he's
Yep.
on the phone. I'm like, that's great.
No.
Whatever. Listen, I don't believe in the social conditioning mask. However, if you're
If you
supposed
gotta
to wear it,
then fucking wear it.
right, you fucking wear it.
When I'm in the gym, I feel like I'm gonna fucking die. But guess what? If I have to fucking wear it, all you motherfuckers gotta wear it. That's just what's good for the goose, good for the gander, or whatever that fucking phrase is.
That's why I got a gym in my basement. Nobody's telling me what the fuck.
Yeah, that's true.
I ain't gonna use it, but
Right.
it's but it's there.
See, and on a total side note, when this whole lockdown happened, I should have came over to U-Haul and be like, dude, I'm borrowing your Bowflex. Because you ain't even using it, right? At least it would have been something that I didn't have to,
There you go. Take it away.
Anyhow, not that anybody gives a fuck, but I already got my pre-lockdown body back, so I'm happier than a pig and shit, so I don't give a shit. Not that anybody else has really seen me naked these days. But regardless, there's a few modifications as soon as...
So let's
we
start.
walked in.
We went through the ticket booths line. They did have some concessions there.
And I do appreciate more of that carnival atmosphere that he's getting these
Absolutely
years.
love it.
Really, really, really cool. So kudos to Steve for
that is definitely
for putting
a screen park type thing. And I
yeah,
appreciate
really,
what
really
screen
cool.
parks
You
have.
smell the funnel cakes and the
the
cotton candy, the popcorn. So it really gets you into
corn dogs and whatever other kind of food stuffs they have.
Right.
So that's great. There was a woman there selling handmade
like
creepy
dolls and shit. Yeah.
and stuff. That was kind of cool. I looked at those for a few seconds.
And a lot of photo op props, which is really fucking cool.
Really, yeah.
Really,
a
really
bunch.
cool.
2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5 or 6.
And in different areas too, so it's not like everything was all
everybody was all
one
crowded in
yeah.
one spot. So, one big gripe, took us about 45 minutes to get there, and had to use the restroom when I got there. We went online, got to the main thoroughfare, and there was not a porta potty in sight. And then I remembered, that's right, they said on the website, indoor bathrooms.
Right.
Well, winds up, we went through
Both
the
floors of the
entire
haunt, yeah.
2-floor haunt before going through the dark maze
Right.
section.
But there's no way I would have made it through the dark maze.
No.
Without I was doing the dance long before we
There was
even got
one bathroom.
Right. One
Open.
single
One
single
unisex.
stall, yeah.
One unisex bathroom open for the
Yeah,
entirety
yeah.
of the haunt. So I'm going to guess again, we're talking about COVID compliance, not having to clean it every day, cost versus whatever. But yeah, that was really we were waiting. We were at over the 2-hour point without using a bathroom.
Yeah.
Like having to go. By the time we got to that bathroom, and there was a woman behind us. Woman behind us that was like, "Let me go," and I'm like, "Nope, nope. I've been waiting a long time. I'm going."
Yep.
Like, you're gonna take me about a minute.
So I guess that's a good thing about us enjoying those places and not getting scared, or else we wouldn't have been holding that shit that long.
No.
I know it's a wonderful visual for all of you, but I just thought it was funny.
So, not a lot of line creepers. There was one guy in a clown costume, but
here's the thing. I know you and I have a difference of opinion in this. I think it was just some son of a bitch that was it, because everybody was dressed. So many people were dressed up in costumes just because of people in line, just spectators, patrons, whatever, clients, whatever the fuck you want to call them, because it was Halloween, and this clown outfit and mask, it was like CVS quality mask. Like, it wasn't even Spirit Halloween quality mask. So I don't think...
all right. The mask
no,
was
dude, this was like... Bozo the Clown in the 50s had a better costume than this motherfucker. So I want to say that this was just some asshole that just is having fun. I personally hold Steve in higher standard than that, because whenever I'd see a line creeper, at 13th hour, they would always look really fucking cool. And this was the first time that I saw like a fucking...
Then if we want to go that route, without him,
Mm-hmm.
without whoever that random clown was, who was there for quite a long time,
There would
not
have been
on
no
the
line
line.
creeper.
He was not on the line. He was just in the main thoroughfare area.
Right.
There were no line creepers then.
Right.
I don't know why that fucking thing doesn't want to light, but it did the same bullshit to me.
Because
You
these
got a
fucking
lot of
things,
gas in it.
No, but these fucking things are temperamental, and if they get fucking cold,
It's great. If a lighter gets cold, it doesn't light.
it doesn't fucking light. So now I'm gonna have to put this fucking, like, you know, I'm gonna crotch it like weed, just to warm this shit
hold
up.
on to it.
Yeah.
So,
Anyhow.
on to the haunt.
Right.
The haunt itself.
Right.
We've been to 13th Hour many
Many
times. We know Steve on a first name basis, but, you know, not like we're besties, not like we hang out. Again, Steve had no idea we were coming.
Yeah.
We bought our tickets. We did not, hey, buddy, you know.
Yeah.
None of that stuff. We bought regular line tickets, not VIP tickets. We were online for...
That's what I know, TLC.
How long do you think we were online for before we got in?
Before we got in,
Hour plus?
no.
Yeah?
No.
Listen, by the time we hit the bathroom, it was 10 o'clock. We got there at 10 after 8, which means that
No, we sat in that first line to get the tickets
for
for at least a half hour.
I don't know if it was that long. I think it was like 50. I think we were off that line by 8:30 on our regular line by 8:30, which would have meant we were at the haunt by 9:30.
I don't, but I
it's about a half
can't. I
hour
can't
through.
say we were in line for more than an hour because then we.
It's got to be because
Yeah.
it was fucking cold. So
yeah,
roughly about an hour online, but we're not bitching about time online. It's fucking Halloween,
they're crowded
you know.
as fuck.
And I will give Steve was manning the line to get into the haunt proper,
Right.
And his timing and his spacing was
impeccable.
fucking
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect. He was talking to people and entertaining them, you know,
Yeah, to
one
try
on
and-
one
yeah.
one in between, you know, talking to the guests, which is cool.
Yep.
We saw people, 4 people, get off the line and just walk away before even getting
Yeah,
in
a
the
couple
front
people
doors.
wouldn't even get in the front door. They were just like, "Yeah, this is a bad idea."
I was like, "Ooh, that's expensive.
Yeah,
That's an expensive
that's an
thing.
expensive. Yeah, you just got frightened even
Like,
before
I'll
you
take your
walked in.
ticket. I'm going to go through
Yeah.
twice.
Yeah,
Fuck that.
yeah.
Oh.
You didn't even think of that. Mental note for next time we see somebody doing about face.
You know
we
that
just
you
be
know
like,
they're gonna want to try to sell you the ticket though. They ain't gonna want to give it to you.
well, then they can go fuck themselves. But it'd be a nice, you know.
But anyway, yeah, we saw people get off the line. And the haunt.
There would be scalpers at a haunted house. That'd be a first. Front row.
Front of the line. Front of the line. Actually, I think I did see something like that on one of the haunts. Actually had up like, you know, do not buy tickets from anyone other than us. I think somebody was printing out and selling fake tickets to their haunt. So, but that said, all right, let's go with the haunt. All
right,
2 floors. First floor is the Hayden house proper, and then the second floor is like the attic, I think. Right. So
there were
there's a lot of dead air going on right here.
Yeah,
There's a lot of thought process.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm trying to think of how to put it because, you know, again, it's unfair to judge a lot this year because of the COVID factor. And the one thing that has been very, very consistent with these haunts this year,
Every fucking haunt we've been to.
So we can't blame this on Steve
Nope.
the 13th Hour.
I
Because
absolutely wouldn't. It's
we
probably
cannot,
the same reason.
because it's
for no
probably the
line
same
creeper.
reason, right? And that's just a lot of dead space. There's a lot of space where you expect there's so many places that people can be, and they're just not. So
Right.
it seems like all of the actors and actresses are strategically put in the more important
right
areas.
So yeah, we did hit some dead space,
Mm-hmm.
which was like significant dead space, but did the same thing in Brighton, same thing in Dent.
Right.
It's been consistent this year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna chalk it up to COVID cleaning cost, et cetera, probably the same reasons. There were no porta potties.
Right. And
there.
especially if a lot of new actors are millennials, they're going to be afraid of a virus that can jump across counties.
Well, we actually got a comment on our Field of Screams video. I assumed it was about people not wearing the COVID masks and, you know, the spacing and all that. Like, well, you're not old and you're not in the hospital, so, like, don't worry about it, kind of thing. So I was like, no, it's true, but you know what?
Okay, wait a minute. First of all, to the dick who did say that comment, that has absolutely nothing to do with following protocol and
Right.
following rules. So you can go fuck yourself because we don't like to wear them either. So it has nothing to do with
Oh,
don't
and
be
besides
afraid. It has nothing to fucking do with not
But
being
besides
afraid.
that, for most of our gripe
I'll
about
breathe right on your monkey ass. I don't give a fuck.
most of our gripe about it wasn't even
It was that
about
nobody
the
was
masks.
policing it. It's just that
nobody's policing it, which
Right.
is whatever. Because then, you know, why am I wearing mine like a jacket?
that's exactly what I
And
mean.
then on top of it, you're talking about the website for their haunt was full of COVID compliance and
Right, and they weren't
spacing
complying with
and
shit.
and then they're
That was
putting
the
you
one
in.
haunt.
Then they're putting you in with
Conga
groups of other people that you're not with. And
Right.
like, so explain to me.
Yeah.
And then they're stacking people on the hayride on top of each other.
Right.
So you can write all the COVID compliant shit on your website that you want.
Right,
But
but
at
when
the
you
end of the
actually get
day,
there,
at the end of the day,
you're either
and for
doing it or
me,
you're
it's
not.
more about the haunt experience. I don't want to go through with 3 people in front of my group, 2 or 3 people behind my group. I don't want to be in a
Right.
group of fucking 10.
right.
Even Scooby-Doo. Scooby and Shaggy went off. Sometimes with Velma, usually somebody would fuck off on
Right,
their
right,
own,
right.
and Fred and Daphne went off to fuck somewhere because
Right.
they weren't looking for anything.
Right,
You know,
Right.
they never found shit.
right,
So again, small groups.
right,
Small groups make it more pleasurable. They let you experience the things you're supposed to experience
Right.
when you're supposed to experience them.
right.
You know?
You're not having
And
somebody
then we
10
got a
feet,
group of
10
10.
feet up,
We got a group of 10, and they
setting
put our
off an
group,
animatronic.
but they put our group of 10 in 15 seconds after the last group of fucking 10.
Right,
And then they're putting the next group of 10, 15 seconds after us.
right.
You might as well be singing Deo and fucking hands on
yeah.
shoulders.
Right,
You know, like
Yep.
fucking Beetlejuice.
right.
So
anyhow,
it's
it goes along the lines of what I'm saying. You could throw the tyrannical masks away. I don't give a fuck. But if you are going to make it a mandate, if you are going to say everybody has to wear them, that
and
doesn't mean
if you're going to stress how compliant you are on your website,
right,
be compliant.
right,
So, again, 13th hour, the compliance was, I mean, aside from the outside line,
not
policing,
pleasing. Yeah.
inside, we went through with our group. We didn't see
Yeah.
another person.
Yeah.
Nobody in front of us.
Yep.
Nobody behind us. It was our group only. We got to enjoy the haunt. We got to get hit by every actor that was there.
Yep.
And every animatronic that was there. We don't sprint. We were taking our time, looking at all the set pieces.
Yep.
Which the set pieces were beautiful.
Yep.
Enjoy the set pieces. Enjoy
And I
the
really
animatronics.
enjoyed the brand new couple things that I noticed that both of us have noticed. Again, we're not going to sit and tell you every goddamn fucking thing that is in the haunt and ruin it for the people who haven't seen it.
And take a video.
And take a video. Well, yeah. Well,
Take a video
yeah,
while we walk through.
Yeah.
That's always nice.
Yeah. So yeah, all I can say is the new additions, Eye for details, always pretty good with Steve.
I noticed.
Steve really
I
has,
noticed more new
good-
things. I noticed more new things on the second floor.
Yeah, that was the second floor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The more new things on the second floor than the first doesn't mean they
This
weren't
is
there.
just the metal sign for evil. That's all. He knew them.
Doesn't
Not
mean
giving
that,
nothing away.
doesn't mean that it wasn't there on the first floor. I just didn't really notice
Yeah.
much different
Yeah.
on the first floor. I did notice that there were a couple video screens that would normally have had stuff going on them that were not working on both floors or not on both floors. We did see our buddy Mickey the Clown up on the second floor.
Always bringing it.
Glad to see her back because
Yeah. Hopefully you're feeling better.
Yeah.
100% pretty soon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she is definitely one of the top performers at that haunt. if not the
Definitely,
top.
definitely the most into her role, into her craft, and doesn't break character. Even when she recognizes you, don't break character. Doesn't
Nope.
So
Nope.
Always
not a
love-
high
always-
guy. It's not a
yeah, no, always love seeing
just
you.
always in character, and it's
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
So we did the first floor. We did the second floor. No wait. No. Once we got in, no wait, no lines. Didn't see another human being in there. So all the timing and spacing was
It was
perfect.
perfect. Which I do want to give credit to Steve for, because he was the one man in that
Yep.
line. He was the one given that
Absolutely.
that lag time and that
Absolutely. So then we went, used the restroom, which took quite a while. The line was stupid long
right,
because there's one restroom.
right,
That was not cool.
right,
And then we got into the dark maze section.
right.
And well, what did you think? You haven't been through it
I haven't been through it yet. The idea is cool. I purposefully would have rather that space been added to the haunt, because I think with Steve's visions that he has, the rooms that he creates, I think that visually
it would have
been better served as an addition to the haunt as opposed to like
its own separate
entity.
So I'm gonna say about the dark maze. The one place that I've been to a dark maze that I thought it was really, really well done, was Reaper's Revenge. They do one up in Valley of Fear up in New York, upstate New York.
That's not Valley of Fear. The Valley of Mild Anxiety is fucking.
What the fuck is that place called then?
Upstate New York?
Yeah.
Pure Terror?
Pure Terror Scream Park, yes. So up in Pure Terror they had one. I don't know if they still do. That was pretty well done. But my opinion is Reaper's Revenge. There are textures on the walls. There are sounds.
And claustrophobia.
I would pull those walls. The walls were wide enough in most part that I could have done this.
Yeah.
To feel, I couldn't because I want to make sure I'm not going to walk face first into the wall.
Right.
But yeah, I would bring those walls in to, maybe 3 feet wide.
Yeah.
3.5 feet wide to create that. You'd also create a longer maze.
Yeah.
With a
people
lot.
Wouldn't be able to walk as fast
right.
and shit.
You'd create a longer maze. People wouldn't be able to walk 2 and 3 wide. They'd have to go pretty much single file. You'd have the claustrophobia, and I would have some kind of ambient sounds, either through the whole thing, some music or some sound to keep that creepy factor up.
Right. There were some times where I was just like, you could kind of hear a pin drop.
Yeah. The use of people with the lighted horns was great because when you were getting your night vision, they would put that in your face.
Put that in your face and really
blind you again.
Yeah.
Which was good. There were several places, which I've said before, that I noticed a lot of light bleeding, and I could see where to walk.
Right.
I could actually see which way to go without having to put my hand in front of me. But yeah, I really think it would be better served with
as part of the haunt.
Or if you're going to do it, make it more claustrophobic. Make some more ambient music or sounds, for different parts. Maybe texturize the walls.
Yeah. Well, that's another thing at Reapers. They have the floor changes.
The floors,
the walls have the different textures. Yeah.
And you really can't see. Yeah. Now, the problem with that is you do wind up running into people, which is probably why they have it closed.
For COVID.
For COVID this year, but still inexcusable to charge full price.
Exactly.
So yeah, that was probably your least favorite part of the night.
Yeah, because I always have appreciated 13th Hour itself, the haunt itself.
Right.
Because it definitely, the set pieces that they have are beautiful.
I don't think it's, as a standalone thing, I don't think it's up to 13th Hour, their standard.
Yeah.
For the rest of their haunt.
Right, because the rest of their haunt's beautiful.
Right.
Yeah.
Whereas Brighton, their second floor, absolutely met their standard.
It's gorgeous. Yeah.
Of set pieces, props, and
whatever.
I understand.
My take on Brighton second floor is that they already did such a great job with the first floor. All they could do is make it better by making that second floor. But regardless, all 2 floors, we're not shitting on anything. All 2 floors of 13th Hour are fucking beautiful.
Yep. Just, I don't think the Dark Maze has gotten to
that level yet. Yeah.
Like I said, if you make it smaller, more claustrophobic, music or sounds in different areas,
no light bleeding.
To give you the sense like,
you don't know what's coming.
I'm walking through dripping water, or there's scratching noises, or animal sounds, or something.
Right.
Would make it,
a little creepier.
Right, a lot creepier. There were some animatronics in there which are pretty cool.
Right.
When you hit an animatronic that you're not expecting in the dark.
And they were being triggered at the right time.
Yep.
That's the one thing I'll
And
say.
We really didn't run into anybody till just near the end.
Just near the end. And this motherfucker goes and scares the shit out of the dude in front of him. So I think that was your favorite part of the dark maze.
It was his favorite part too.
Yeah, but did you hear me when I was like, dude, is that you?
Yeah. So good. You're like, slow down. I'm like, no, shut up. I'm about to get somebody. I fucking love it.
And then we get out of the dark maze.
Yep, we're done basically with the haunt.
And we meet new friends.
Yep, Melissa and Zach.
Yep.
Right.
Really, really freaking cool people.
Really cool people.
Thank you so much for saying hi. It was so great to meet you. It's so awesome that to hear people actually enjoy our bullshitting.
Yes, our fucking nonsense. Our high-level nonsense.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was great meeting you. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully we can meet up at some point next season.
See you guys at different haunts.
Because this season is pretty much done.
Yeah.
But hopefully we can meet up at some point. Maybe hit the haunted Zach was
That he
telling
was
us
telling
about.
us about.
in
That's
Jersey.
right. That's right.
You know.
And also, hopefully, this bullshit will be done by next year, and hopefully we can
done by November 4th.
Well, yeah.
After the burning and looting,
Yeah.
and everything comes to a halt.
Right.
You know, give it a couple of weeks maybe.
Right, because then it still won't be fair to judge a new place with COVID restrictions. That's just
I agree.
my take.
Because, like I said, things we've noticed, you know, in the haunts that we've been to.
Mm-hmm. And the haunts that we really enjoy and know their standards are high.
Yep.
Right.
Like I said, definitely less actors.
Right.
Definitely less actors.
Just like
but
again, just like our friends at Bain, Jen and John, they had to make the decision, the terrible decision to have to make, especially when this is your season.
Yep.
To not be able to open
This is
Bain.
your 6 to 8 weeks of the year that you can actually support your business.
Right. So, you know, they decided that, look, you can't sacrifice what they're known for with all of these bullshit restrictions. So, you know, kudos to them for not doing a piss poor fucking haunt. That's, you know, and it had to be a horrible decision to have to make.
Yeah.
But you know, we can't be as critical with certain things, especially with new places that we've never been to before.
Yeah.
With these horseshit restrictions. So hopefully, you know, we'll have a real season next year, and
again, that's pretty much why we made the decision early on to stick kind of local places we've been to. Right. I mean, I would have even gone to Headless Horseman Hayride. Now they're calling it H5.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You know. Wow. Yeah,
really?
That's when you really know you jumped a shark. When you become H5.
H5.
Just because their haunt, their hayride, which for all intents and purposes a great idea, technically is a drive-through.
I think that's dangerous as fuck.
And that's why I didn't want to go, because I do not want to rear-end somebody or be rear-ended by somebody who's distracted or who gasses it because they're freaked out.
Right, and a fucking actor trips and then you take that motherfucker out.
So yeah,
it's just a bad idea.
The liability that I saw,
ain't exactly like driving through, the safari, a great adventure.
That's fucking hairy, bro.
I know, but at least it's
tear your fucking car apart, bro.
Right, but what I'm just saying, it's a little bit less of a liability. Roadkill's a little less of a liability than fucking than a human being.
You try explaining that to fucking you just killed a fucking baboon. Explain that to the fucking Great Adventure Park. Like, I'm sorry, I ran him over. I don't think they're gonna want to hear that. Bro.
He was protesting and standing in front of my vehicle. He wouldn't move. So, with that being said, still, if you have one more night, if you can get to 13th hour, we love 13th hour, but just remember tonight is going to be their dark night. The dark night.
We are most likely heading over to the
Hotel of Horror.
Hotel of Horror tonight.
Altered Nightmares.
In
Sailorsburg.
Hopefully that will be a good end.
Yeah.
We would have gone somewhere else Saturday and then probably Steve's today. However,
if they didn't have that blackout,
we didn't want
to experience it. Yeah. Just because Penhurst, I'm still disappointed that I didn't get to see set pieces and shit at Penhurst and makeup and everything because it was just fucking pitch black.
No, next season, I guess, maybe.
Yeah. So, with that being said, hope you guys are having a great haunt season. If you guys are going someplace tonight, please shoot us a message, let us know.
Yep.
And
if you have opinions on 13th hour, like where we were, let us know. Oh, by the way, before we end it all, one other gripe for you, Steve, if you're watching, merch, my man, please. Like, I know lots of people want T-shirts. They want, hoodies, T-shirts. I get the logistics, the money logistics of doing that kind of stuff.
Right.
We were in a band. We know all about merchandising and how expensive it is, and getting stuck with a
whole bunch of small T-shirts that you never gonna get rid of.
Right. So we get it, but I really think you're missing the boat on not having merch. I know there are a lot of people.
Even if we could start one design or something for the year, like one design for the year, just to give it a shot, because I know that there are a lot of people that want like a souvenir from where they go.
Like a 13th hour hoodie.
Yeah.
Even if it just said 13th hour haunted house
with their
maybe
logo
in the front and some design in the back, like the one they have on that box
on the truck. Yeah.
Something.
It'd be badass.
I really think it'd be, so that was a little disappointing. Again, no merch this year.
Right. But remember, it'd be a merch booth, and now that they have that carnival type of setup, would just fit.
Yep.
It fit great.
Yeah. So, and that's the other thing. The other place, Brighton Asylum, we didn't see it, but they were making that
They were
merch
turning
area.
in. Yeah, they were.
They were putting together a merch area.
Yeah.
So, so ratings, my man. This is the 13th hour right now.
Yeah.
So to speak.
Yeah.
So, 13th hour this year. What do you think? What's your number?
You know what? I think it would have vastly improved if I didn't do the Dark Maze. I think the Dark Maze kind of brought it down a little bit for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Yeah. So I'm judging only because how much I love the haunt itself.
And we do love the haunt.
And
We can
love the
watch
haunt.
older
Yeah.
videos.
Yeah. I'm teetering between 7 and 7.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I'm pretty much in the same place as you. You know, we don't do quarters, but I'm definitely
Right.
either a 7, 7.5, maybe leaning a little more towards the half, and I'm guessing you're leaning a little more towards the 7. Maybe no.
I don't. You know, there's so much to love about 13th Hour. That,
I agree.
You know,
I'm just basing it on Dead Space's lack of actors. There was
Right.
that one part where it is not an animatronic, but it is a human controlled,
and the human one there to
and there
control
was
it.
nobody there to control it. So I
That's
just like saw that and I was like,
Right.
that's
But-
kind of disappointing.
But the actors that were there always bring it.
Always on point.
Always friggin' bring it.
Into it.
So I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna take COVID into account. I'm gonna give it a 7.5 this year.
All right, so that's a 7.5 from me, 7.5 from him.
Yep.
And that is our review and rating
Yep.
this year. Maybe later tonight, probably not. We will give you a review of
Hotel of Horror.
Hotel of Horror. If not, maybe we'll do a parking lot review. Probably going to be cold as fuck.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's it.
Yeah. So
All
we
right.
will talk to you soon, especially even on the off season. We're gonna be watching shit horror movies too. So you know.
Oh yeah.
You know that's
we got a bunch.
Yeah, we got a bunch. So
So until
see
next.